Friends, we're going to make some more wonderful things out of paper. Now once you practice it, you're going to master the art of origami and you can watch how much fun it is. Now, today, we're going to make a lot of variety of things. Flowers, stems, birds, animals, containers, and a whole range of things. Let's begin with making a lantern. Now when there are festivals around the corner, we all love decorating the houses. So the best thing we could make is a lantern. So let's begin by taking a colored paper and keep the white side up. Now you need a center point. For that, turn the top side to the bottom, join the corners, flatten the side, and then lift the left side and fold it to the right. Now to get a center point, you all know by now, you need to unfold this. Here you get the center point. Let's fold all the corners to the center point, one at a time, like this. 1, 2, 3, last but not least, the fourth one. There. Now you have all the 4 corners folded to the center point. The next thing you need to do is fold again all the 4 corners, but before that you need to flip it over and then all the 4 corners get folded to the center point. Let's do it. The first one, the second, then the third, and finally the fourth one. Again, flip it over, and for the third time you have to fold all the 4 corners to the center point. It might seem a little tricky, but it's actually not. You just have to be a little patient and a little gentle with the paper. That's it. Now, you can see you have 4 flaps here, 2 at the top and the bottom side, and 2 on the left and the right side. What you need to do is first flip it over, and the 2 on the top and the bottom side remain as they are, but one on the left and the right side will be opened outwards. Let me show you how. Just push in your finger a little between these 2 flaps and open them outwardly. That's it. Just push in your fingers, open them, and press the sides. The same thing has to be done on the right side. Just lift this from the center point, push in your fingers and open it outwardly. There you have. Now turn the sides, and what you have is 2 open sides on top and bottom, and the one on the left and the right side remain as they are. Now that you have finished making your lantern, what you need to do is just hang thin strips of paper down below, either stick them or paste them, whatever you want, and then see how beautiful it looks. I have something ready for you. How lovely that looks. What you can do is either make it from a bigger square piece of paper and decorate it in your house. To start with the jewellery box, you need to take any colored paper, keep the white side up and fold the top right corner to the bottom left corner. Place the corners on the top of each other and press the fold. The next thing you need to do is lift the top left corner and fold it to the bottom right corner. Now, lift this top flap from the bottom right corner and place it to the bottom left corner, like this. Unfold this and you will find a center line. Now, this is going to help you in the next fold. What you need to do is just lift this top flap, put your finger in and open it outwards like this. I'm going to show it again. Put your fingers in, open it sideways and just press the sides. The triangle has taken the shape of a square now. You have to do the same thing to the other side. For that, flip it over. Now, before making it into the same square again, you need to make the creases first so that it becomes easier. Lift the bottom left corner and fold it to the bottom right corner. Press the fold, and to help us further, you need to lift this left side and fold it to the top right side of the square, like this. Now, all this is done to make your next fold easier. So, unfold it and again put your fingers in and open the flaps like this. So, now you have one square on the top of other. Now, turn this sideways so that you have the open-ended corners at the bottom and the closed one at the top. What you have to do is lift the upper flap and fold it from the bottom tip and bring the left corner to the center line. What you have done is to bring the left corner to the center line, beginning to fold from the bottom tip. Now, do the same thing to the right side corner, starting to fold from the bottom tip. Bring the right side corner also to the center line. Having folded both the corners in, you need to flip it over and do the same on this side. So, let's do it. Beginning to fold from the bottom tip, bring the corner to the center line. And the same thing to the right side. Now, all the four corners have been folded to the center line and you're starting to fold from the bottom tip. After that, the inner corner of the left flap, which is on the center line, has to be folded to the left side, like this. The tip or the corner now touches the left side, and the inner corner of the right flap has to be folded and brought to the right side. So, now both the inner corners have come to the sides. Flip it over and do the same to both of these corners. Lift it and fold it to the side, like this, and then like this. The next step is to unfold this and open this flap, just the upper one here, and you will see the white side coming on the top. Just insert your finger in like that open it and bring this top side to the center line and simultaneously pressing the sides. It does look beautiful already. So let's wait and watch. Do the same to the other side. Open the flaps. Insert your finger. Bring this to the center line and press the sides like this. Brilliant. You have to do the same thing to the other side. So let's flip it over. Open this fold and open the flaps. Insert your finger and bring the top side to the center line, pressing the sides at the same time. Let's do it to the last one. Open it, press it, and there you are. Now, next thing you have to do is fold this left side of the left flap to the back side. Make a mountain fold like this. You can see that it comes between the two folds. It is folded inwardly. The same thing has to be done to the right side of the right flap. Make a mountain fold by folding it to the back side, which is in between the two flaps. Having done that, let's flip it over and do the same things to both the left and the right side flaps. Make a mountain fold, fold it inwards towards the back side. Same thing to the right side flap. The right side gets folded like this. Your paper looks like this now. All you have to do is lift the uppermost flap and fold it towards the top tip. It doesn't touch the top tip. The line of fold is made at the corners, the bottom corners of the small triangles that you have here. So it forms a base of the triangles. Now, turn it upside down and flip it over. You have to do the same thing here by bringing the uppermost flap downwards like this, and the two more flaps that you see here also need to be brought down like that. On the sides, just fold it on the sides and then open them slightly. Your jewelry box is almost ready. You simply have to just push in from inside. Just put in your fingers and let's give it a nice shape. Looks like a container now. Wow, that looks pretty. All you need to do is put some of your jewelry in and make the best use of it. Now that is something very useful. Few little ducklings went out one day over the hills and far away. Mother Duck said quack, 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 and all little ducklings came back. Well, we're not here to sing some nursery rhymes. We're definitely here to make something out of paper. But you know by now, we're going to make little ducklings. So let's make one. You definitely need a yellow colored paper. Keep the white side up. You have to cut this paper into two equal halves. One to make the face and one to make the body. So let's do it. Fold it from top to bottom. Press the sides. Now when you unfold, you have a crease or a line here, which we will use to cut the paper into half. Now you are going to use one half of the sheet to make the head and the other half for the body. So let's keep this aside for a while and let's move on to make the head. So first you need to place it in such a way that the shorter sides are on the top and the bottom and the longer ones are on the sides, the left and the right side. Fold the top side to the bottom like this, and then lift the upper flap or the upper leaf and fold it from bottom to the top side. Having done that, unfold it and you will find a center line here. Now this center line is very important because you're going to fold the bottom side to the center line which runs from left to right. You have this white part at the bottom which is going to be the mouth of the duckling. Now, this is the top part and this is the bottom part. At the bottom part, you have upper flap and the bottom one. Let's call it the upper part and the bottom part to make it easier for you. Now fold the top left corner of the upper part to the center line, this center line of the bottom part. Now fold the top right corner of the upper part to the center line here, and similarly the bottom left corner of the bottom part also gets folded to the center line. Similarly, the bottom right corner has to be folded in the same way to the center line. So what you have done is folding all the four corners to the center line. Next thing, fold the left side to the right because we need a center line here. Now when you unfold, you get a center line which is running from top side to bottom. What you have to do is fold this corner on the top left side, beginning to fold from the left side of the upper flap here, like this, and from the crease that you have just formed, like this. Bring it almost to the center line. Now do the same to the right side of the upper flap, beginning to fold from the crease and the bottom corner of the upper flap. The same thing has to be done to the bottom one. Bring this bottom corner of the left side of the bottom flap like this, beginning to fold from the crease or the center line and the left corner. Similarly, fold from the crease and the right corner here, also to the center line. Now what you have done is folded all the four corners towards the center line. So you're done with the mouth. Just to give it a little better shape, fold both the top corners, the top left corner and the top right corners to the back side like this. It's a mountain fold, and like this, and a pretty little duckling's mouth is ready. Let's draw the eyes. And we keep this aside for a while. Now pick up the paper which you have kept aside for the body. Place it in such a way that the longer sides are at the top and bottom this time, and the shorter ones on the left and the right side. You have to fold the left side to the right into half. We need a center line. So unfold it, and what you have is a center line. Now fold the top left corner to the center line, to the bottom of the center line like this, and the top right corner also gets folded to the bottom of the center line. What you now have is a triangle. All you need to do is flip it over and put it upside down so that you have the longer side on the top and the tip pointing downwards. Fold the top left corner to the bottom tip like this, and the top right corner also gets folded to the bottom tip. Now you have brought both the corners from the top to the bottom tip, but does not rest here. Lift the top flap from the bottom tip and fold it in a slanting way, in such a way that it ends up pointing outwards. I'll do it again for you and watch very carefully. This bottom tip of the left flap has to be folded so that it ends up pointing outwards just a little further away from the left corner. Now the right side flap is to be done in the same way. The bottom tip of the right flap, just the upper one, has to be folded in the same way. It's a slanting fold and the tip ends just a little further away from the right corner. And both the tips, you can see, end up pointing outwards. That's it. You have done the body. All you need to do is stick the two things together. Just put a little glue on the top end and stick the head on the top side, and a cute little duckling is ready. Quack, quack. The next thing we're going to make is a water bird called Swan. Now swans are majestic looking birds with huge wings. So because it's white in color, we need to take a sheet of paper and keep the white side up. After we do the foldings, the white side is going to come on the top side. So let's turn it sideways and fold the top corner to the bottom corner. Press the folds and open it so that you have a center line running from left corner to the right corner. What you need to do is fold the bottom corner to the center line, starting to fold from the left corner. Then fold the top corner to the center line, again starting to fold from the left corner. You can turn it sideways if it is comfortable for you. All you need to do is bring it to the center line. And always remember to press the folds. You have a tip here. Again, fold this inner corner back to the sides or the edges, top edge like this, beginning to fold from the left corner. Do the same to the bottom flap by bringing this inner corner to the bottom side, beginning to fold from the left corner. You have to try and make these folds as neat as possible so that it gets easier towards the end. And the only formula to have a neat thing at the end is to practice. So keep practicing even if you finish making one. Now, the next thing to do is make a mountain fold of the top flap. If you find this easy, it's okay. Otherwise, you can flip it over and do it like this. Bring it to the center line, beginning to fold from the left corner. Do the same to the other flap. Like this. Now if you have flipped the paper, you need to flip it over again and come to this side which doesn't have any folds. You have to fold one side on the other like this, using this center line into half like this, and press all your folds. After folding it into half, what you need to do is fold the left tip towards the right side like this, almost at the center. Press the fold and fold it, and you see a line here. We will make use of this line to make an inward fold. Push in the left side inwards and make an inward fold. Press the corners and you have made a long neck of the swan. Now you need to make this tip turn into the beak and then a head. So let's make the head first by making a mountain fold like this and fold it. And now watch very carefully. What you have to do is make use of this mountain fold, push the tip downwards like this, and the sides will come over the neck like this. I will explain it again to you. What you need to do is first make a mountain fold, unfold it and press the tip downwards and press it like that, so that the head comes over the neck of the swan. Now you've made the head, you need to make a beak. So just open the flaps a little and make a valley fold just a little further away from the tip like this, and fold it, open the flaps and make an inward fold like this. So this becomes a beak, and form the head again. Having formed the beak, fold the head back on the neck like that, and you have a beautiful looking swan ready for you. The next interesting thing we're going to make is a boat called Gondola. It is used in some states like Kerala for racing. Now it's going to be very interesting making this. So you need to take a paper and fold this into half from top to bottom. We have to cut this into two equal halves and utilize both the sheets because we're going to make it in two parts. So take a scissor and carefully cut along this line. Now you have to always at all times remember scissors are sharp, so use them carefully. Let's keep it aside. Now the paper has been divided into two equal halves. We have to use both these sheets. So let's keep this one aside. What you do to this one sheet, exactly the same thing has to be done to the other sheet. So watch carefully and put the sheet in a way that you have the longer sides on the top and the bottom. Now fold the top side to the bottom like this. Unfold it to have a center line. Fold the bottom side to the center line and the top side also gets folded to the center line. After folding both the top and the bottom side, you have to once again fold the top side to the center line. I know it does become a little tricky because the paper is becoming like a thin strip now. So do it very carefully and patiently. Having folded both the sides to the center, fold one side on the top of other and press the folds. It's a thin strip of paper now. Next, you have to make a knot somewhere in the center because the gondola has these ends on both the sides. So let's do it. Fold it somewhere in the center like this. Fold the left side to the right. Then fold this left side again to the bottom side so that the tip ends up pointing downwards. Then bring it between the loop, insert it between the loop like this and just stretch it a little. You have formed a knot now. So let's keep this aside for a while and we have to do the same thing to the other sheet of paper. So let's pick this up, put the white side up, fold the top side to the bottom, make it into half, unfold to get a center line, fold the bottom side to the center line, and the top side also gets folded to the center line. Then again the bottom side to the center line and the top side to the center line. Now this is the same thing which you have done to the first half. Fold one side on the top of other and make it a thin strip of paper. Do you remember the next thing? We need to make the knot. So for that, fold the left side to the right somewhere in the center like this. Press the fold. Once again, you need to fold this left side downwards like this and insert this between the loop that you have made. Just pull it very slowly so that you don't end up tearing your paper. Now you have made two knots, one on each. Now you need to insert both of these together. For that, first unfold from this other side. This side remains as it is where you have a knot. This longer side needs to be unfolded like this. Have to be careful because it's a thin strip of paper, and the same thing has to be done to the other one. You need to unfold this and one part goes inside the other one. So carefully insert one piece into the other. Now having done that, simply just fold the sides a little and push it from the corners so that you have that seating space in the middle. Wow, how lovely that looks. Now before we begin the next thing, let's play a little guessing game. I'm going to give you a few clues and you have to guess what it is. It's a land animal, not just any land animal, but one of the largest land animal that is available today. It's a mammal and it's very heavy. Have you guessed it? It's an elephant. Now, elephants are known to have very good memory and they are very sensitive. Yes, in spite of having such a heavy body, they are very sensitive, especially towards the people who take their care. Let's make an elephant's face. We're taking a brown sheet of paper and fold it into half after turning it. Keep the white side up. Fold the bottom to the top. So the bottom corner has come on the top side. Now fold the left side to the right. So the bottom left corner comes to the bottom right corner. Unfold this to find a center line. Now you have to fold this bottom left corner, beginning to fold from the top tip in such a way that this left tip ends up pointing downwards. So it's a little further away from the center line. The center line is just to help us sit, and then the right side in the same way, and it overlaps the left one. Now you have to fold these bottom tips upwards, but not to the tip, just a little. You have to make a fold at this point here where you have the slanting line at this end point. You can start folding from this point where the slant ends. This. Now, this top part has to be folded down because these two triangles will form the ears of the elephant. Let's fold it down. This. And it's already begun to take a nice shape. Now this tip that you see here has to be folded upwards. First make a mountain fold of the tip, followed by a valley fold, then again a mountain fold, followed by a valley fold. Now the folds are complete. Let's make a pair of eyes. You can also do some detailing on the ears, just to give that a little extra effect. Elephant face is ready. You can make one that fits your size. For that, you first need to put strings on this bottom end here. If you want to make a hat, if you want to make a mask from this, put strings somewhere in the center of the ears here, put a hole, tie it to a string, and wear it like a mask. So just make one that fits the size of your head or your face. You have now learned to make some beautiful looking flowers, stem and leaves. How about making a tree now? So take a green colored paper, keep the white side up, turn it sideways and fold the left side to the right. Making the paper into half, press the fold and fold it to have a center line that runs from top corner to bottom corner. Now fold the left corner and bring it to the center line, starting to fold from the top corner. Press the sides and bring the right side to the center line, again starting to fold from the top corner. Unfold this and you will find you have two more lines on the paper, one on the side of the left side and one next to the right side. Now this left corner has to be folded along this left crease that you see, fold it like this. See, you have brought the left corner to this crease, and this side has also come on the first crease that you see next to the left side. Similarly, the right corner also comes to this crease like this, and the side also comes to the crease. Now once again fold the left side along this crease and bring it to the center line, and fold the right side along this crease, bring it to the center line. Now flip it over and once again fold the left corner, starting to fold from the top tip, bring it to the center line. Now fold the right corner and bring it to the center line, beginning to fold from the top tip. After folding both the sides, you will see two small white triangles have come on the top side. Now just lift your paper a little and bring the left side and the right side like this. Just open up the paper and place it in this way. Now this small little colored triangle that you see at the bottom has to be folded upwards like this, and see that it is placed on the center line. See, the fold is made just on the corners or the base of these white triangles. Now flip it over. Next, fold this bottom part upwards like this, and the fold will be made at the bottom ends of these two colored triangles. So they are in line with these bottom ends like this. Now this does not rest here. This will help us make the trunk of the tree. Now fold this back downwards and just leave a small portion at the top here, and fold the rest downwards like this. Now you have to fold this left side to the center line. So fold it like this. This is towards the center line, and similarly the right side also comes towards the center line, and press all your folds. Now having folded both these sides towards the center line, all you need to do is flip it over to find a beautiful looking tree. You can color this trunk brown if you want, to make it look a little more natural. If you find it a little tricky, you can simply practice it all over again, and once you have finished making it, you will definitely feel very proud of yourself. Now the next surprise for you is a dwarf. So let's make one by taking a sheet of paper, and to make a head we need just 1/4 of the paper, and for that you need to divide the paper first into half and then another half from left side to right side, and when you unfold you can see that the paper has been divided into 4 equal parts. Let's begin to cut along these lines. Now we do not need a half, we need 1/4. So just one part out of 4 parts. Now this will make the head. Let's keep this aside for a while. We might use it later for something else. Now this will be the head, and we're going to make the body later on. You now have 1/4 paper with you, so place it in such a way that you have a corner pointing upwards. Now fold the left side to the right into half. The paper is folded into half and fold it to get a center line here. Now fold the left corner to the center line, beginning to fold from the top corner like this, and fold the right corner also to the center line, beginning to fold from the top corner like this. That's it. Now you can see a white colored triangle at the bottom. What you need to do is fold this bottom tip just a little on the back side like this, and the head or the face is ready. Let's draw a pair of eyes, a nose, and let's make a smiley face. I'll show you all love smiley faces. Let's keep this aside for a while. We're going to paste it on the body. So let's make the body now. So take a square sheet of paper and put the white side up. Fold the top right corner to the bottom left corner. You have made this kind of fold before, so it's going to be easier. Now fold the top left corner to the bottom right corner. Now fold the bottom right side of this triangle, just the upper leaf, to the bottom left side and press the fold. Unfold it to get a center line running from top end to bottom. Put your fingers in and open it outwards to make it in the form of a square. Like this. Do the same thing on this side. Fold the bottom left corner to the bottom right corner. Press the folds. Now fold the bottom left corner to the top side of the square like this. Now all these folds are only going to help us in the next fold. So unfold it and open this flap using the lines we have made. Press the folds. It's in the shape of square now. Now place it in such a way that you have the open-ended sides or the corners at the bottom. Now fold the left corner of the top flap, bring it to the center line, beginning to fold from the bottom corner like this. Now fold this right corner also to the center line and beginning to fold from the bottom corner. Now flip it over, fold the left corner, bring it to the center line, starting to fold from the bottom tip. And the right corner also comes to the center line. Now you have folded all the four corners and brought them to the center line, all beginning to fold from the bottom tip. Press the folds very nicely so that the next fold becomes easier. Now fold this top tip backwards like this. The fold is made at the top edges of these folded sides. This. You have to open both the sides like this and lift this top leaf at the bottom tip just the top leaf, and this comes from the bottom tip to the top side. You have to fold all along the lines. Begin to fold from the bottom tip and go on folding all along the lines till you reach the top tip. Have to be a little careful with all the corners. That's it. Flip it over. Do the same here. Open the sides. Bring the bottom tip to the top side. Fold all along the lines, beginning to fold from the bottom tip. Let's go to the top tip. So now you know why we made all those folds in the beginning. That's it. Your paper is in the shape of a diamond now. Next thing, fold the left corner of the top flap and bring it to the center line, and the right corner of the top flap also comes to the center line. Flip it over, do the same this side. Bring the left corner to the center line, and the right corner also comes to the center line. After folding in all the four corners, what you need to do is fold this left side to the right side like this. Just press the folds. They come together. And flip it over and do the same on this side by bringing both the sides, fold them inwardly. The left side comes on the top of right side, and gently just press all the tips like this. Now what you have is the slit on the top side. We need this to come at the bottom so that we can make legs from this. So turn it upside down, and this comes at the bottom. What you have to do to make it into a pair of legs, just fold this bottom tip just a little, fold it inwardly, and then the other one gets folded like this. Open it, fold it inwardly so that they make a nice pair of feet. Now these are very small folds, it can be a little tricky. That's it. You have made the feet. Let's go on to the top side. Fold this top flap downwards like this, and you have to bring the right side to the left. Fold the right side to the left like this. You have formed the hand. Let's do it to the other side. So flip it over, bring this top side downwards, make a little slanting fold, and bring the right side to the left side like this. Now your body is complete with a pair of hands and a pair of legs with feet. Just stick the head on the top like this. That's great. You have done a brilliant job. Let us now make a pretty looking flower called a bellflower. Now, since a bellflower is blue in color, let's pick up a blue colored paper. Keep the white side up and fold the top right corner to the bottom left corner. Next, fold the top left corner to the bottom right corner. Press the folds. Now fold this bottom right corner to the bottom left corner. Unfold it to find a center line. Making use of this line, you have to open this flap first. Open this outwardly, making use of the line that we have just made. It forms a square now. Let's flip it over and do the same thing on this side. First, fold the left side corner to the bottom right corner, and then lift this left side and bring it to the top part of the square. And just press the fold here at the center of this diagonal line and fold it. Put in your fingers and open up this side, which is in the shape of a square now. Now, the next thing is, you have to place it in such a way that the open sides or the open ends come on the top side. Now fold the left corner to the center line, beginning to fold from this bottom tip, which is the closed end. Remember, the open ends are at the top. Now the right side flap has this right corner, so fold this right corner of the right flap, beginning to fold from the bottom tip and bring it to the center line. Flip it over and do the same on this side. Bring the left corner to the center line and the right corner also to the center line, beginning to fold from the bottom tip. Now you have to fold the left corner of the upper flap and bring it to the center line. This time start folding from the top tip like this, and do the same to the right corner of the upper flap. Bring it to the center line, again starting to fold from the top tip like this. Flip it over and do the similar thing on this side. Bring both the corners to the center line, one at a time, and yes, starting to fold from the top tip. Now what you need to do is fold both these inner corners, which is at the center line, towards the outside edge. Let's do it. Fold this inner corner, which is at the center line of the left flap, and bring it to the side of the left flap, the left side. Let me show it again. Fold this inner corner of the left flap from the center line and bring it to the left side of the flap, beginning to fold from the bottom end. Similarly, this inner corner, which is at the center line of the right flap, also gets folded to the right side, starting to fold from its bottom end like this. So it looks like this now. The next thing is a little tricky, so watch very carefully. Open this up, open all the folds. You have to open it from the between like this and press this top side downwards, simultaneously pressing the sides, and you will find that the white side has come on the top. Now watch the next one. Open this up, open the two flaps again, push in from your finger and press the top side like this. See that this corner is coming to the center line, while alongside you're pressing the side flaps like this. Let's do it to the other side. So flip it over. What you need to do first is fold these inner corners towards the sides, left side like this, where you're starting to fold from the bottom end, and the right side corner comes to the right side. You can see that both the corners have come from the center line to the edges. Now unfold this and open the flaps, push in just a little and press it from the sides. Let's do it to the other side as well. Unfold this, open the two flaps and just push it like this. Now the folds that we made earlier are definitely a big help, because these lines that you see help us in making these flaps. What you do next is just lift it up. You have to fold the left side of the left flap in between the two flaps like this. This is a mountain fold. And the right side of the right flap also gets folded to the back side in between the two flaps. Similarly on the other side. So let's flip it over. The left side of the left flap goes on the back side in between the two flaps, and the right side of the right flap again goes on the back side. Now your flower is almost done. Just a little bit of rounding up so that it makes a beautiful shape of the petals. So take any thin stick or maybe the back side of your brush and begin folding. What you need to do is place the stick at the top end or the top tip and begin to roll downwards like this until you touch the top edges of the colored part. Just rest it for a while, press it and remove the stick. Let's do it to the other side. Place it at the top end and start rolling over. Till you reach the top end of the colored part. Just press it a little so that it stays there. We have to do that to the others as well. Done that to two sides. Have to do it for the other two sides as well. So let's just open it a little and roll the other two sides as well. And while you do that, you can see the flower also opens up a little. And the last one, Just roll it over, press it a little, take out the brush or the stick, whatever you're using. Make sure it's a little thin one so that you get some nice curly folds there. And while you do that, you can see the flower has opened up from between. Wow, it looks so beautiful. What you can do is either make a stick, just roll over a green colored paper over a pencil, and when you stick it, it might look something like this. That's beautiful. Now how about making another beautiful flower? It's called a tulip. So let's make one. Let's take a sheet of paper and fold the top right corner to the bottom left corner. Press the fold, then fold the top left corner to the bottom right corner. Now fold the bottom right corner of the top flap, fold it to the bottom left corner. So you can see the bottom right corner has come to the bottom left corner. Unfold to get a center line. With the help of your fingers, open it outwards and you will place this corner on the right to the one on the left. It comes on the center now. So this is the bottom of the center now. Flip it over, fold the bottom left corner to the bottom right corner. Then lift this side on the left and fold it to the top side of the square. Press the fold, open it, and with the help of your fingers, open the sides, press it all along. You have another square. Now, the next thing you need to do is place it in such a way that you have a corner pointing upwards and the open-ended sides end up at the bottom side. Now, fold the left corner of the upper flap to the center line, beginning a little further away from the bottom tip. Remember, not from the bottom tip, but a little further away from the bottom tip. And place the left corner on the center line. Press the fold. Similarly, the right corner of the upper flap also comes to the center line, beginning to fold just a little further away from the bottom tip. You have to do the same thing on the other side. Fold the left corner in exactly the same way so that the tip touches the center line. Remember, this time you're not folding from the bottom tip, but just a little further away from the bottom tip. And you have to press the folds a little hard because it's going to help you opening up the paper. Now this tip has to be folded on the back side like this. Press the fold, especially the corners, and you can see the line of fold is at the top ends of the side flaps. Now what you need to do is open up these side flaps and lift this top flap from the bottom tip and go on folding along the lines. This press the folds and flip it over. Now open the folds on this side as well. Lift from the bottom tip, just the upper flap, bring it to the top side while folding on the left side and the right side. Now see, the sides are coming towards the center line, not on the center line but towards the center line. Press all the folds, and the tip at the top has to be folded inwards like this. Flip it over and fold this tip also downwards like this. After that, turn it upside down like this and bring the bottom side of the top flap upwards like this. Again flip it over and bring the other one also on the top like this. Now the next thing you need to do is, these two tips that you see in between need to be folded downwards in such a way that it comes between the two flaps, between these two flaps. Now your tulip flower is complete. What you need to make next is a stem and some leaves. So let's try and make one leaf, and then you can make lots of leaves as per your choice. So let's keep this aside for a while and let's begin by making a leaf. Now take this green colored paper, put it in such a way that the corner points upwards, and make sure you keep the white side on the top, and fold the top side to the bottom, making the paper fold into half, and fold it to get a center line. Now fold the bottom part to the center line, beginning to fold from the left corner. Then fold the top corner also to the center line, beginning to fold from the right corner. The next thing you need to do is fold the top corner also to the center line, but this time beginning to fold from the left side corner. This, and then the bottom corner to the center line, again starting to fold from the left side corner. Now you simply have to lift the bottom side and place it on the top side so that the corner meets the corner and it's in the shape of a triangle. Just press the folds. You can make another leaf in exactly the same way, and before we stick it to the stem, we need to make a stem first. So let's do it. Take a green or maybe a brown colored paper, whatever you want. Take a pencil and simply roll over until you reach the other end, and before you take your pencil out, just put a little glue on the sides like that and stick it, and take the pencil out. Having made the stem and the leaf, what you can do is make another leaf like this, which is similar to look at, and paste it like this. Either you paste it or you put a sticky tape. It's your choice, whichever you find easier to do with. And then there's another one. And now the flower. The last thing you need to do is stick this flower onto the stem to make it complete. And now that you have stuck up all the three things together, you will see it is an amazing looking flower. We are now going to make a dog. It's going to be made in two parts. The first, the head, and the second, the body. So let's make the head first by taking a brown sheet of paper and fold the top side to the bottom. Now the top corner has come on the bottom. Now we need to make a few lines here. So for that, fold the bottom corner to the top edge, press it, and once again fold the bottom side to the top side and unfold it, because we need all these lines here. Let's see how. Lift this top flap from the bottom and fold it along this first line that you see next to the top edge. Fold it like this and then fold it on the back side. Now fold this bottom tip along this line that you see just next to the bottom tip. So you now see how useful these lines are. Now fold this left side to the right from the back side. So this is a mountain fold. It gets folded into half and one corner is placed over the other. Press the folds. It's shaping up very well. Let's make the ears now. So fold this top right corner of the top flap like this. It's a little slanting kind of a fold. And then flip it over and do the same. There you form the ears. They're nearly done. All you need to do is just fold these corners to the back side. It's a mountain fold. Comes between the two ears and the other one as well. Now after you have blunted the corners, these are the dog's ears. Now you have shaped up the dog's face very well. You simply have to make eyes and keep it aside for a while. Let's make the body. So take another square sheet of paper. This time keep the colored side on the top and fold it from top to bottom, because we need a center line. So you fold it into half. Now unfold this to get a center line. Now fold the bottom corner to the center line, beginning to fold from the left corner. And then the top corner also comes to the center line. beginning to fold from the left corner. Now, this left tip has to be folded to the base here, or towards the end of these white lines here, or you can say the top edge of the colored part. But this does not rest here. It comes back to the left side, leaving a small portion here like this, and this comes back to the outside. All you need to do is fold this bottom side on the top side like this. So your paper looks like this now. Just follow the next few instructions very carefully. Now fold this bottom right corner. This corner comes to the top corner like this. And just give it one more fold. See, this line here, you have to make one more fold here, like this, and unfold it. Now you're going to see very shortly how you're going to make use of all these lines. Push in your finger and making use of these lines that you have made on both the sides, just push it. And press the sides like this. Now the next thing you need to do is make an invert fold. So just open the flaps, fold it like that. So your paper looks like this. Now get ready for another fold. Fold this top corner downwards like this, where a small portion of this colored part can be seen from between the two folds, and then this left corner has to be folded inwards. Start folding from this point where the other fold starts and a little before the bottom edge. Now that you folded it on the one side, let's do it on the other side. This top corner comes down exactly in the same way. Now this corner needs to be folded in just the same way as you did on the other side, so that it looks neat when you lift up the paper. Now you have finished making the body of the dog. Just take this head and you need to stick it like this. So let's take a glue and put it on this top end here. Let's put it in between the two folds of the dog, and your dog looks complete. Let's make something interesting now. It's a garden umbrella. Take any color that you want and put the colored side on the top this time. So remember, this is going to be the color that will show. So fold it from top to bottom and then left to right. Unfold it. And then you need lines going diagonally. So fold from one corner to another. Let's say top right corner to the bottom left corner, and then the top left is the next one, the bottom right to the bottom left here. And what you have, a lot of center lines here from top to bottom, left to right, and cutting across each other, and two diagonal lines here. Now all these lines are going to be used up. So let's do the folding. You have a center point here. Fold all the four corners to the center point, one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now unfold all these and you will find 4 more lines forming a square in the center. Now each line you can see is next to a corner. Now fold this corner, let's say the top one, in such a way that the tip touches this line which is next to the corner. The left corner gets folded and the tip touches the line which is on the left side. The bottom corner gets folded and the tip touches the bottom line. The right tip touches the right side line. Okay, now you have to unfold this. Now all these lines are very important for the next folding. Now you have 2 lines here next to the corner. The one is immediately next to the corner and the another one which is closer to the center point. Let's call this one which is next to the corner the first line and the next one which is closer to the center point as the second line. Now fold the first line to the second line. Follow very carefully. You have to fold this first line and bring it down to the second line. Similarly, the next 2. Now all the first lines have come on the second lines. Now let's go to this first flap now. At the top, bring this tip by folding it upwards along this line that you see next to the top edge, and you end up having the tip pointing outside the top edge. We do not leave this here. It gets folded back and this fold is in line with the top edge and the tip touches the bottom edge. Let's do it to the next one so that you can follow easily. This line that you see is important because we fold it along this line and the tip ends up pointing outwards outside the edge of the top edge. The tip gets folded back inwards and the fold is in line with the top edge. Similarly, the next one, fold it along the line, fold the tip back inwards and the tip touches the bottom edge. And the last one, first along the line, ends up pointing outwards, gets folded back, gets folded in line with the top side edge or the outer edge, and you have a beautiful looking pattern. See, you have all the white and the colored patterns here. That still doesn't look like an umbrella. So let's make one. These corners that you see will have a mountain fold. So fold it first from one corner to another like this. This is a mountain fold. Press it a little hard. These folds are going to be very useful for us now. Open it up and fold it from one tip to another like this. You folded it from left to right and top to bottom. Open these and 2 more valley folds, which are going to be the diagonal ones. So fold this side like a valley fold here, and this other line, we already have a line here. We just want to make sure that our umbrella shapes up very well. So another valley fold here, and when you open up, you have 2 mountain folds, 1, 2 and 2 valley folds. Now all you need is a small stand and a pencil. When you do it like that, it simply looks beautiful. Now how about making some decorative stuff? Let's make a hanging bird which you can use for decoration. So let's take a sheet of paper, keep the white side up, and turn it sideways that you have a corner pointing upwards. Now fold the top side to the bottom. Now the top corner has come over the bottom corner. Press the sides, open it. You have a center line here. So fold the top corner to the center line, beginning to fold from the right corner. You have folded it from the right corner. Now fold the bottom corner, but do not start folding it from the right corner. Start folding it from the left corner and bring it to the center line. Your paper looks like this now. Now fold this top corner to the center line, beginning to fold from the left corner this time. Great. In the same way, you have to fold this bottom corner, beginning to fold from the right corner, bring it to the center line. That's it. Now all you have to do is fold this bottom side to the top side, and the paper gets folded into half and in the shape of a triangle. Let's press all the folds. Having done that, fold this top end to the base of the triangle. Lift it like this, and you have another triangle on the top. Now fold this left side to the right. The fold will be made just a little before this tip. Fold it like that in a slanting way, and then make a mountain fold. So this left side tip has come to the top side now, and the fold is made a little before this tip. Now you have to fold this right side tip now. For that, you need to make a mountain fold somewhere here at where this tip ends, like this. And this right side comes behind the left side fold, like this. Now you have made a loop in the center. So we now have to bring this tip in between this loop. Just to help us, we will first make a fold like this, and now insert this in between this loop and just pull it very gently. Now just pull this tip a little so that you form a knot in the center, and you have two ends here. So the left side will have an invert fold to form a beak. So just fold it, unfold, and you have to push it between two flaps. When it comes in between like that, you have an invert fold. So you formed a beak. Now that you have made a beak, your bird is ready. All you need to do is hang it all along. Just stick it along some thread or cord or whatever, and I'm sure it's going to look very pretty. You can make some out of different colored papers and stick them something like this. And you've got flowers of different colors and different varieties. Together, they can be gifted as a bouquet or simply be put in a vase. Now what makes it interesting is, it doesn't need any water and does not wilt very easily. So that is something which is going to motivate you to make lot of colorful flowers like that. So bye-bye for now. I'll leave you with that happy note.